Hey you guys, hold on, I'm trying to set this little tripod up for this phone. This little tripod is used for my old phone. It ain't the best quality in this damn iPhone 12 is pretty heavy. So I'm out here having lunch in my own yard on my deck. This is what I'm having. You see that? Leftovers. Homemade mashed potatoes. Oh, Chunky! Chunky's here, you guys. The chicken I told you guys about in a previous vlog was some rosemary, garlic, lemon baked chicken thighs. I have some leftover ranch from one night we ordered Domino's. I haven't eaten Domino's in so long. Look at the dog. And then I have my Starbucks tumbler that has ting in it. Ting. They usually sell ting in like the Jamaican restaurants. It's like a grapefruit soda. I never really used to like it, but my husband, who can eat Jamaican food every day, he bought like a big liter of it, and it is so good. I've had it before, but I don't think I ever remember it being good or me even being like, oh, I would drink this again. But get your butt down, Chunky. I really like it, and I actually drank most of it. I mixed it with water though. Most of that Starbucks mug is not full of tin. It's mostly water with about a half of, maybe not even a half a cup, maybe like a 1/3 cup of ting. Yeah, you guys, these little moments that I'm getting to just vlog, I'm trying to bring y'all some current things, because y'all know I got old clips, but just trying to keep some current things going on. That's why I released a vlog for Easter. It wasn't, really nothing but a few clips, and just me giving y'all updates on what's going on. So the latest update, you guys, is that, I don't know if I mentioned it, the room that we're going to be using for our bedroom, excuse me if you hear any like smacking, I'm gonna be hearing smacking because I'm eating. There is no heating source in there. How they did it was, in the floor there was a vent, and below the vent was one of the fireplaces that's in my living room. So when they would turn the fireplace on in the living room, and the heat, heat rises, the heat from the fireplace would rise into the bedroom. That's how they was doing their heat source. We're not doing that. So we're having the vent removed and covered once we do the floors over. And we bought modernized baseboards, because the radiators that are in my house, you can't even buy those anymore. You can. They're thousands of dollars for radiators. Those heavy cast iron radiators. I think I mentioned in a vlog that when we first moved to this house, people that was in and out, like doing work for us, was trying to get us to sell the radiators, and we didn't even know really what they were worth until one of the guys that we do work with all the time, he was like, these radiators are worth like $15,000-$20,000 each. And we were like, what? Wonder why? Because we was like, do we really want these radiators in here? They're so big, they take up so much space, but they're efficient, and it's like the old school look. But I've grown to love them, and everybody that knows anything about quality and craftsmanship will come in here and be like, oh, those are really good radiators. So we learned as we went along. Had no clue. But like I said, they work really good. The rooms that have radiators, I think every room has a radiator except the bathrooms. And like off of my bathroom, there's an area that's sort of like a vanity room where I could put a vanity if I wanted, but I don't think I am, because I don't really need that. I don't do makeup every day. I just don't want to, I don't know, I have to think about it. But there is a space in the bathroom, like before you get in the bathroom there's like a room, and my husband even said, oh, we can put you a vanity here. And I was just like, do I really want a vanity? I have to think about it. I mean, I do my hair. I don't know. Chunky's just out of control. So we're moving along, you guys, with, you know, the upstairs renovations. And remember I told y'all, I don't know how long it's gonna be. I did not think no estimated 2-3 weeks, because we already like a month and a half in, and it still manages to be done. So I don't know. My husband did say he's working from home this week too. He said he was gonna come out here and read after I get off with y'all, finish eating. I'm actually studying some things that I'm doing, so I kind of announced the people that I talked to on the side. I already kind of mentioned this to y'all, that you know, I'm taking my holistic products to the masses now. And some of you guys actually have received some of my holistic stuff throughout the years. Not for sale, just because I like to show people love, and I don't do no bullshit, and I don't give no bullshit. If I give you something, whether it's handmade by me or purchased by me, curated by me, it's going to be thought out and with love, because that's just how I like to do things. Anyway, I did send a lot of you some of my holistic products, the oils, the hair products, the lotions, and healing oils, all that sort of stuff throughout the years. But what I don't like is people that just jump on the trend bandwagon. Now, some people may get offended. I can't help if you're offended, but this is just the annoying part of the world that we live in. No one does any research. You know, no one even really half the time knows why they like something or dislike something, use a product, don't use a product. People jump on trends. So, like I mentioned before, 6, 7, 8 years ago, when I was talking about these things, about getting healthy, cleaning your body, using clean products, using things from the earth, essential oils, organic food. Child, people on this platform has so much negative shit to say. Can't stop me, because I never really care about what Twitter fingers be having to say. That's what I call every internet person that got something smart to say. You Twitter fingers, because you would never say nothing to my face. I don't live my life like following whatever's trending on the internet. I live my life according to what's going on in my life, you know. So the wellness community has become oversaturated. Everybody's a guru. Everybody's a wellness coach. Everybody's selling holistic products. Everybody has the cure for this and that. And it's just like nonsense. It's nonsense. Like, it takes a lot more than a few YouTube videos or Google searches to actually be well versed and educated on what, you know, works and what actually is tried and true. People just trying to make a quick buck. You know what I'm saying? Iris, I eat tofu. I know you watch my YouTube channel, but we're also friends on Facebook. She made a very good point that I never even thought about. This is why I like talking to different people, you know, that may give me a different perspective. So, many of you know, for years, I've been harnessing crystals, real crystals from the earth, not the replicas. I've sent some of you crystals. Some of you have had issues with certain things. I've cleansed them for you, put the energy sources in them that you needed. I never charged anybody. I never sold certain stuff if you needed it. Like, I just be sending people stuff because I've worked my ass off to get to where I am, and I have an abundance of things. And if I'm able to help my sister or brother, if I can, I will, you know. So I have over the years, especially, you know, here on this little internet, I've done it for a lot of people. I don't need to broadcast it. I don't need you to shout me out. And most of the times when I send y'all stuff, I mean, I've said this to a few of y'all don't have to make videos, you know, because when I do stuff, it's out the kindness of my heart. I ain't trying to make a quick buck. I'm not pressed like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, when I start selling my products, obviously I want to turn a profit, but like I said, the things that I do are out of love and passion, you know. So what goes into what I'm making is filled with love, real good energy, real clean products. Like, you're gonna get every benefit out of it. It's not me trying to jump on a trend and sell y'all something to make a quick buck. You know what I'm saying? And because I found myself to be so giving, it's like the little extra money I make from certain things that I do on the side, like with my subscriptions and stuff, I give way more back than I even profit. And my husband's like, you gotta stop that, you're giving away too much. But I try my best to be a good human being, and I don't apologize for who I am. You know what I mean? Like, to some people, I could be a little rough around the edges because you're not used to someone like me. You may not be used to someone from my background, from my experiences. So to you, I may come off a little rough. I may seem a little arrogant. But people that know me, or who have taken the time to get to know me, you already know who I am. I'm really a sucker. That's just some real shit. Like, I'll be too nice to people. It takes a lot to get me to the point where I'm like cutting people off or not dealing with people or whatever. It takes a lot because I'm a sucker. And I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt because I feel like we all are works in progress, right? I have a lot of my shit together. Yes, I do. And I was talking to my homegirl, Concrete Rose. Y'all go check her out. She has a YouTube channel, a new YouTube channel. It ain't that new now, but called The Virgo Garden. and she does readings and she has products, and that's my little Virgo sis. And I've seen her come up, I've seen her grind, I've seen her study her craft, I've seen her progress as a woman. We were talking, and I, always appreciate the people that connect with me. I was talking to Star too, like within these last few days, so many people that I haven't spoken to in a while that I've met from YouTube. We've just been communicating, and I don't know what it is, the universe, whatever it is, bringing us all back together or what have you. But when I connect with people, it's a real connection, and I try to be as open and honest or whatever. And I was talking to Nina, which is Concrete Rose Virgo Garden. She's a Virgo, right? So I always resonate a little bit more with my Virgos, because we have just a understanding. And again, people will tell you that like astrology and all this sign shit is bullshit. All I will say is do your research. I've taken classes on astrology only out of curiosity, because wherever the universe is pulling me, I want to know more about it. I want to be educated. I don't want to just, fall into the trap of co-signing things because everybody else is doing it, or because it's trendy, because that's not smart, And that's my whole point about what I'm talking about with everything, the whole wellness community, the holistic community, the spiritual community. The shit is trendy now, and Westerners, us, we're stealing practices from the East, the shit that people have been doing for thousands of years in Eastern cultures, and we're trying to, make it trendy. It's more than that. You know what I'm saying? My hubby's aunt is a Buddhist. Now y'all seen me rock the Buddhist necklaces before. I have one or two, and then I ordered a bunch to sell, and I decided not to after having a discussion with her. And I'm not gonna go too much into it, but she schooled me and was like, do you even know why you're wearing that? The Buddhist necklace. So I said, well, one, it's cute. And two, Buddhism to me, not everything, but a lot of things definitely resonate with me. And she go, but you're not a Buddhist. And I go, true. And she's like, it's disrespectful to rock something so spiritual and religious that you don't even practice or understand. And I said, well, I have an understanding of Buddhism. And she started hitting me with all these questions and certain things that are like historical. And I just was like, oh, I didn't know that. It was a lot of different things. And I was like, no, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And she made me rethink even rocking the Buddha. And I have a few like Buddha heads and things like that. They sell them at Home Goods and all of that. Like, again, it has become a trend, like, and somebody who is a real Buddhist will school you and tell you that it is disrespectful. If you are not a Buddhist, you don't really understand what goes into that practice, that religion. Is disrespectful to their religion to have all their sacred gods and things. You rocking it as jewelry, we rocking it as a little head in your house. You have no idea. And she made a good point about people that are Christians are very protective over the image of Jesus. You can't just do anything you want with Jesus's image, and it's the same thing. And I was like, point taken. Like, it's just some things, if you don't know, you don't know. So yeah, I decided not to sell the chains that are ordered. And I'm probably not going to rock the ones that I have because I'm not a Buddhist. Although, like I said, I resonate with some of the teachings and beliefs. I'm never trying to disrespect anyone's culture or religion if it's not something that I practice. So, I just like being in the know. And it just so happened that conversation happened, you know, and here we are walking around with these Buddha heads and all of this, thinking we woke or whatever, and we looking crazy. So you won't be seeing me rocking that anymore. Anyway, back to Iris. I eat tofu. So we're on Facebook, and I post various things. I post a little bit of ratchet. I post a little bit of educational. I post a lot of health stuff. I post a little bit of personal, you know? Good mix. Like I said, I'm eclectic. I posted a fair that's coming up where they're going to be selling crystals. I've been to many throughout the years. And what she said in the comments was, what do you think this is doing to the earth? All these hundreds and thousands of people digging into the earth to take these crystals out of the earth to sell them as home decor. It has to have, there's gonna have to be some sort of consequence. And I was like, yo, to be honest with you, I never even thought about that. And I am a crystal person. My name is Crystal. My very first crystal ever was a pure amethyst, huge, from a girlfriend of mine. She's from Italy, and I've spoken about her before. She's about 20 years older than me. Hippie, always been into smoking weed, natural living, healthy lifestyle, even before I was even on to any of that. And when she used to try to tell me, you know, about certain things, I wasn't ready to hear it. And I never listened to what she was saying at that time until I was ready. And that's the thing with anything, right? You can talk till you blue in the face to somebody about lifestyle changes, financial changes, any type of change that you know if they make, they'll be in a better position. But if they're not ready to receive it and they're still in their own way, you can talk till you blue in the face. They're not going to do it until they're ready to do it. And that's just life, right? So she used to tell me about not eating processed. This was when I was in my 20s. Not eating processed foods, about manifestation, about all type of stuff. And I just used to think she was just like this crazy old lady, this hippie old lady, until I might have turned about 24. Things got a little crazy in my life. And she did a Reiki healing or Reiki reading on me. And I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever, right? So I had to stand still. And she did like this whole energy force field on me. And she said, don't say anything, just stand still. I'm gonna let you know how balanced you are. Some other things, right? So I'm like, okay. And I stood there for about maybe 5 minutes, and she went over me with her hand, and she was just making noises like, okay, but not really saying anything, just kind of like making noises and stuff, right? So I didn't say anything. And then she goes, Crystal, you're a pretty balanced person, right? So I start to laugh, and I go, oh, well, that's good. And she goes, but you have some imbalances, right? And I go, I do? She's like, yeah, you're pretty well-rounded, but you need to work on a lot of things when it comes to people, right? And I'm like, what? And she's telling me that I'm not gonna get too much into it, but basically what she said was very true to who I am as a person, as far as like, I give people too many chances. I hold things in until I explode, because I always want to see the good in people, right? And then I just become like a monster because I've held things in so long. Or I give people too many chances, and then I'm constantly hurt and I have to rebuild myself or rebuild a relationship, certain things like that. And that is so freaking true. So my whole point is, from that day, this lady, not knowing really nothing about me personally or anything like that, basically read to me who I am as a person in like 10 minutes, and certain things that has happened in my life, or it woke me up, or should I say it sparked my interest in, okay, maybe she's not crazy. Maybe she's not a crazy old lady. And excuse me, from that day forward, I started to become more intrigued by certain things that she was about, with holistic health and eating right, and mentally, physically, spiritually, it's all freaking connected. And it just put me on a path to become like this just better person, and it was all from that reading, from that Reiki reading. And she set my life on a different path just from that day. And I'm so glad that it happened, and I'm so glad that I was actually open to it, because it has changed my life on how I see things, the things that I have taught myself, that I have learned, that I have seeked out, because I just want to know. I want to know everything. I want to know, I wanted to learn how to keep my family healthy, how to keep myself healthy, how to mentally be able to block things out and come back to them when you need to, just certain things. And I credit her for my path to like healthy living and holistic, mental, spiritual, all of that. And she's a old Italian lady who was on that path way before I was. And I'm grateful for her coming into my life. And that's what, she's the first. She bought me, after that, like not too long ago, it was for Christmas, she bought me that pure amethyst crystal, and she told me how to cleanse it and how to put the energy into it and all of that, go to the river, go, under the moon and all this stuff. And I was just like, again, skeptical about a lot of the different things, but she taught me so much. And there's nothing better than somebody who actually is genuine to that life, that can show you. She told me some things about her family and what they were into and stuff like that, that would scare most people, but it didn't scare me. And it was just good information. And then from then, I have been teaching myself, or seeking out knowledge for myself. But you have to do things in your own time, and don't ride the wagon or whatever's trendy because you see a bunch of pictures on Instagram or it's popular to be healthy now, it's popular to be well. It's corny. Like, do the shit because that's really what you want to do. Do the shit because you know that this is going to better your life. It's too much copycat syndrome, bandwagon jumping syndrome for me. That's why most of the time I'm to myself. I got my riders, the people that no matter what, we rocking. And my life is great. Like, I don't have like these little stupid issues that, people consume themselves with for no reason. And people don't like me because of that, because I don't care. That's just some real stuff. Like, I really just don't care too much about the masses or who's gonna like me and who's not gonna like me, or they're gonna think I'm weird or whatever. Like, why would I care? Why would I care? Like, I have created a beautiful life, a beautiful space, mentally, physically, for me, my family. I'm good. So I finished my lunch. I'm doing some reading on how to do some things with the soaps I want to make. I hope you guys, you know, a lot of you do follow me and support me, and I appreciate that. When I do finally release my few products, like I said, right now I'm not gonna do a bunch of things. I got the luxury lip cream, which I love. I got the Luxe lip oils, which I love, and I'm gonna be doing some lip scrubs, which I love. A lot of lip products, and the soaps, because you know how much money I spend in buying soap? Too much, way too much money, when I can make my own. I have every ingredient, I have the knowledge, I have the science, I have everything that I need to create the products that I buy. Why not make my own? It's just only right. And what I also love about the whole soap making process is just the creativity that you can come up with. So many colors, so many different designs, so many scents, so many textures. And you could do glycerin soaps, you could do the regular cast soaps. Like, I'm just so excited, you guys. You have no idea. And when stuff like this makes me so excited, I know that it's right for me. I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Y'all see this lotus flower here? I think I showed it. I recently got it. It's a rose gold necklace. I absolutely love it. I feel like it represents me. I won't get too into it, but just, you can Google symbolism of a lotus flower, and what the meaning is of it. Again, something that I ran across in some reading. Y'all know I read, child. I educate myself. I try to give myself as much knowledge as possible. Like, you know, they say when you die, you only use like a very small percentage of your brain. I remember being a child, and my grandfather would sit at me at the kitchen table, and my grandfather would always say, you're very gifted. Not to toot my own horn or anything like that, but I am gifted. I went to a gifted school. Your girl got some brains, okay? Don't let the thug fool you. My husband as well, very, very high on the intellectual spectrum. Don't let the kids from the hood fool you. We're very smart. Don't let anybody try to put you in a box based off of where you are from, okay? Like I said, kids from the hood are some of the smartest people that I know. So, my grandfather used to always say, you know, you're very gifted, and he fed that, though, you know what I mean? As far as like whatever I was into, I was always extra about it. Like, I always wanted to read more or know more, or I wanted to know why, you know, in the coloring books, the people didn't necessarily have the features like me or my mother or whatever, my brother. And he was like, what little kid asked these questions? I just wanted to know, you know, like and I'm still the same way. Like, I just want to know. Wherever your heart or your mind is pulling you, those are signs. Those are signs that, you know, you should follow and explore, because that's the universe way of pulling you into certain things that may be your calling or may change your life. You don't know. And I usually pay very close attention to the signs and things that I get, and by golly, those things have worked for me. So, you know, everybody's different, but you have to be in tune And again, I'm no guru or nothing like that. I just speak from my own personal life experiences, my own personal knowledge, you know. You ain't gotta believe me. Do your own research, follow your own life path, but this stuff is real, okay? Signs and people coming into your life for a reason and all of that. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up because we had 35 minutes. When I was talking to Nina, y'all know how I get sidetracked and then I come back, and we were just kind of talking about like YouTube and social media and you know, people who don't want to see you happy or successful because they have the crab in the bucket mentality, or just Chunky snoring, or they're jealous, you know. And I always tell her, like, well, I shared with her recently, I'm like, yo, it's so true. And I'm like, you know, sometimes for me, I be discouraged from sharing my blessings because I won't say always, but a lot of times it's met with hate, it's met with jealousy, it's met with people thinking you fronting or you ain't really doing such and such. Like, first of all, I don't got a front for not near the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And shit that you work, I told her, I was like, shit that I have worked my whole life to achieve, I usually keep to myself and I don't talk about it. I don't share it because I don't want the ridicule from my peers that don't want to see me in this position, you know, or don't want to see a young black couple getting it. You know, it's crazy, but it is what it is. It's the world that we live in. It's you know, society. If we were white, and I'm not even gonna make this no racial thing, if we were white and have accumulated and acquired all the things that we have done with businesses, and throw the material things in there, whatever, that shit is not important, but throw the material shit in there, throw the financial stuff in there, throw the degrees and everything that we have accomplished, there would be no question. It would be just applaud, oh, like, you work hard, da da da, you know, you pulled yourself up by your bootstrap. But because we're black, it's met with so much. Like, I'll tell y'all one thing and then I'm done. So a friend of mine gave me a Starbucks gift card for Christmas, right? And I always like to show thanks, right? I give people their flowers while they're still alive. Like, if you gift me something or give me something, I'm posting a picture, I'm tagging you, I'm sending you a message. Like, I want you to know that I am appreciative. I'm using my stuff and I am grateful, you know? So I posted a picture on my Facebook page in my husband's car, his luxury car, that's all I'll say. And I had my Starbucks drink and a little Starbucks pastry or something with one of my vintage Louis Vuitton bags, right, in the seat. Child, I was not even thinking, oh, my bag, you know, the bag, whatever. I just was like taking a picture. Thanks, sis. I went and got my Starbucks because I sit my bag in the front seat and I put my drink in a cup holder and I had my little pastry, and me not even thinking like, oh, somebody's gonna look at this, like, oh, you're trying to show off or whatever. And I post it, and of course I get comments like, oh, you had to take a picture of your Louis Vuitton bag. Oh, is that even a real bag? Like, we know where you work. Like, just like little small comments like this. Now, people on my Facebook page are actually people that I know, people that I have grew up with, people that I work with, people that I've gone to school with, professors, things like that. Like, it's a nice little mix. And it's like, what? First of all, I've been getting money for a long time, okay? Not the money I'm getting now, but I have receipts. Scroll back on any of my social media posts, and I don't even post, I always say this, I don't even post half the shit that I do, where I go, that I buy, because of the crabs in the bucket. Keep most of the shit to myself, and I'm not trying to prove myself to anybody, so most of the time I don't even feel the reason to post it. I think social media is good, but it's also toxic. Like, when I post stuff, it's to share, oh, like, look at this cool this, or check this cool thing out, or people that are into the same things that I'm into. This is what me and Star was talking about. I'm a whole grown-ass woman on a different level than most people my age, right? So the shit that I'm into, or the shit that I'm buying, or the shit that I'm talking about, everybody ain't on that level, right? So if you're not on that level and you around my age or about my age, and you taking it as I'm showing off or I'm bragging or whatever, that's something wrong with you, not me. Like, I'd never look at somebody that has more than me as, oh, why they bragging, why they showing off, da da da. When it was that whole big thing with Cardi B, who's a motherfucking millionaire, posted her bag, and at the fucking internet lost their mind, and they were like so mad at her for posting a bag. She's a millionaire. Like, why were you even mad at somebody that you're not even on their level? Like, I never understand it. I was just like, oh, okay, so she bought a whatever it was, $50,000 bag, $35,000. She got it. It's her money. What the fuck I look like sitting on the sidelines mad? I saw so many people make videos about that, like mad at Cardi B for posting, what was it, a Birkin bag? Posting a Birkin bag. I can't afford a Birkin bag. Let me tell you the bags I can't afford. I can't afford a Birkin bag. Them bags fit that's a down payment for an investment property. That's a brand new car. Like, that's a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Anybody got time for that? Again, there's levels. That ain't my level. I stay in my lane, right? But I ain't worried about what Cardi B the millionaire is doing, because I'm over here in my tax bracket doing what I'm doing. Yeah, but I saw so many people making videos about it. I can't afford no Birkin bag. I do want a Chanel bag. I've been looking for a Chanel bag, child, for years. I know MKB lady asked Big Daddy to get home one. I hope he come through for her. But I don't know. I don't, $5,000 when I have work that needs to be done on my house. To me, it's not in my budget right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just a realistic person. Now, once everything gets done and, I don't have anything else to worry about except like my everyday bills, we'll see. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of bags that I actually have that I want to get rid of, that I've had for a while. I said I ain't new to this. Chris been getting money for a little bit. My mama, my aunt, they've passed bags down to me, like vintage bags and stuff, like, that I could sell and get a few $1,000s for, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of those bags are like family, I ain't gonna say heirlooms, but like part of the family. So I'll probably keep them. Like my old Coach bags that I used to buy when I ain't have Louis Vuitton money, but I could afford Coach. I still have a lot of those bags, but I'll probably never wear them again because they're so small. Like I can't see myself wearing those bags. Dooney and Burke, when Dooney and Burke first came out, or maybe they was out for a while, but when I could afford it and it was like a little more luxurious than, let's say, like a Steve Madden bag or something from back in the days. And I remember my husband bought me a Dooney and Burke bucket hat and a Dooney and Burke little over the shoulder bag. I sold that bag because it wasn't my style anymore for, I don't know, it wasn't a lot of money, but this was back in the days, like maybe $75, $80. And I was like, oh, that's a lot of money. To me back then it was, but again, good quality stuff, you gonna get some return on it. Yeah, I spoke too much. 44 minutes, you guys. It's gonna be a disclaimer at the beginning of this. Get comfortable. Thank y'all for listening. I'm about to do some studying. I will see y'all in the next video. Be good, be well, peace.